Hello, everyone, and welcome back. When I look back at my life, at the years of struggle, the brutal rejections, the silent battles I had to fight, one truth rises above everything else. Not money, not luck, but a single, unyielding principle that pulled me from the darkest days into the light. And that principle is this: work hard in silence. Let your results speak for you. I see so many people today, especially the young, desperate to be noticed. They crave the applause of the crowd, the validation, the fame, before they've even finished the hard work. But let me tell you this: the world doesn't reward noise. The world only rewards tangible results. You must grasp this because nobody believed in me. When I was a young man, I had zero reason to believe I would succeed. I was a failure in school. I failed university applications. I applied for dozens of jobs and was constantly rejected. KFC rejected me. Hotels rejected me. I even applied to be a police officer and was flat out turned away. If my success depended on other people's belief in me, my chance would have been zero. That's when I learned the vital truth: talking will not help. Begging for belief will not help. The only true ally you have is the silent, relentless work you put in when no one is watching. You have to prepare yourself in the dark. Consider how I learned English. I had no teachers, no money for lessons, and no good books. But I had one powerful thing: determination. I would ride my beat-up bicycle every single morning to a local hotel where foreigners stayed. And I practiced speaking with them for free for 9 long years. 9 years of waking up early. 9 years of riding through the icy winters and the scorching summers, giving my time to strangers without a single guarantee of reward. People laughed. They said, "You're wasting your time." But I didn't argue. I didn't tell them my future plan. I simply worked in silence. And years later, when I stood on the global stage speaking fluently to international investors, when I built Alibaba into a bridge connecting China with the world, those silent mornings became my invincible strength. This is my challenge to you. Stop wasting your energy. Try and prove yourself with words. Prove yourself with actions. When I started Alibaba, it was no easier. No money, no technology, no support. Banks refused us loans. Investors laughed. Competitors mocked us. Even my own team members were filled with doubt. But we kept our heads down. We ignored the noise. We focused on the work. If you're truly working hard in silence, one day the world will be forced to see you. One day, the world will be forced to hear you. But until then, be patient, be humble, and focus on the work. Let your achievements be the deafening sound the world can no longer ignore. In those early days of Alibaba, if I had tried to fight every single critic, if I had wasted energy trying to convince every person who argued and laughed, we would have had nothing left. We chose the opposite path. We stayed quiet. We kept working. We labored day and night, often without salary, often unsure if we would survive the next month. We didn't spend a single moment announcing what we would do. We simply did it. We built that platform piece by painful piece. For years, nobody cared. But then the system worked. When small businesses finally began to sell online, when buyers and sellers formed a trusting community, suddenly, everyone noticed. The same people who mocked us began to show respect. Why? Because we allowed the results to speak for themselves. And results, my friends, speak louder than anything else. You must remember this: silence protects you. When you're too loud too early, when you show off too soon, you don't attract fans. You invite jealousy, criticism, and resistance. You make yourself a target before you are truly ready for the battle. But when you work in silence, nobody can see you. Nobody can stop you. They can't criticize what they don't even know you are building. You're like a seed underground. A seed does not shout. A seed does not demand recognition. A seed simply grows quietly in the dark. And when the time is right, it explodes into a mighty tree, and then the whole world can see it. That is how true success works. You must be willing to spend years in the dark, years unnoticed, years without applause. Only then can you shine with an authentic, unquenchable light. Young people often tell me they feel discouraged. They say, "Jack, I work so hard, but nobody cares." And I tell them that is exactly how it should be. In the beginning, nobody is supposed to notice. The work you are doing is for yourself, not for the applause. If you give up simply because no one is clapping for you right now, you will never reach your potential. Remember, applause does not create success. Work creates success, and the hardest work is always done in silence. Furthermore, silence is not weakness. Many confuse it with a lack of confidence, but the truth is, silence is strength. When you are silent, you are focused. You are patient. You are disciplined. You are not controlled by the need for validation. You're only controlled by your progress. When you are loud, when you brag, you're showing weakness because you need others to approve of you. But when you are silent, you don't need approval. You only need progress. The biggest danger for you today is distraction. The digital world, social media, makes you feel obligated to show everything, prove everything, share everything. But let me tell you this vital truth. Your future is not built on likes or shares. Your future is built on discipline and silent effort. Stop chasing validation. Stop worrying about whether people notice you. Use that time to improve yourself. Read more books, build more skills, grow quietly like the seed. Prepare yourself when nobody is watching. Work hard when nobody is clapping. And when the door of opportunity opens, you will be the only one truly ready to walk through it. Practice more skills. Learn from mentors. Build something useful. That is how you prepare for true, lasting success. The people who succeed are not the ones who shout the loudest. They're the ones who work the hardest when nobody is watching. They're the ones willing to sacrifice recognition today for greatness tomorrow. They are the ones who understand that silence is part of the sacred journey. So, my advice to you is simple, yet demanding. Be patient. Be silent. Be consistent. And work harder than anyone else. When the time comes, your results will speak so loudly that even your enemies will have no choice but to respect you. If there is one truth I want you to take with you today, it is this. Success does not happen in the spotlight. It is born in the shadows. The spotlight only reveals what has already been created. The applause only comes after the performance is complete. Do not be fooled into thinking you must be seen today. Progress is built quietly, patiently, without anyone watching, without anyone clapping. That is why you must work hard in silence. Remember my story. I was not the smartest, not the richest, not the most naturally talented. I was rejected from schools, from jobs, from countless opportunities. If success had depended on being noticed early, I would have had zero chance. But I kept working in silence. I kept learning English. I kept building Alibaba. I kept trying, even when the world laughed. And when the time came, my results spoke for me. You may feel invisible now. You may feel like nobody cares about your effort. You may feel like your sacrifices are not being recognized. Let me tell you, that is not a sign of failure. That is the process of success. Every towering tree begins as an invisible seed. Every flawless diamond begins as unseen pressure in the dark. Every great story begins with silent preparation.